Welcome to Walk in the Park, where we have crossed the ocean once again. This time we've gone the other direction, and we've ended up at Disneyland Paris, which is not the name of that park anymore. That's Disneyland Park. Disneyland Paris is the name of the entire resort. And so we're going to do a couple episodes from here, and oh, don't worry, we're not going to the good place. We can only start over here. So we're going to walk this way. You got to stick around a couple episodes if you want to get to the good part.
Looks like they close at 7.
But yes, there is an anonymous friend with me on this walk. In case because people will ask.
Hello.
Here you go. Look at that. Oh, it's open late.
Till 7.
7 is late.
Just late.
Oh, I guess that's the regular time. 8. What was it open? 8?
8
when we
o'clock
first
on
got here.
weekends,
Yeah.
7 o'clock during the week.
Well, it's Friday. It should be open till 8.
Well, you know, most people are done their day by 7.
7.
Yeah, 7.
So we are going to Walt Disney Studios Paris, which is considered by many to be the worst of the 12 Disney theme parks around the globe. I don't hate it, but I would have to say it's the 10th best one out of the 10 I've been to. Probably what makes me like it is there's a couple of things here that probably not the best things, but they're things that remind me of Hollywood studios in Florida before they began the expansion. A lot of things we've lost. And so just kind of a nostalgia trip in a lot of ways. Although momentarily, because they're about to begin their own expansion. One of those things is in the shot right now, the Eiffel Tower, which of course we lost. It's where Toy Story Land will be going in just a couple days' time when that opens. But it's already gone in Florida. But as you can see, very different aesthetic here. It's different. There's no Hollywood Boulevard. There's this big thing called Studio One, which is where we're going to be heading after we get through the gates here. All right, we've now entered the park. There's Studio One. This area is called the front lot, where we're in now. Eiffel Tower, you got a set of stores on either side. Although Paris doesn't like to open all their stores, so many days you'll find one closed and the other open in a lot of areas. But let's proceed forward past the Eiffel Tower. It's cool to see an Eiffel Tower in the park. This is where it probably should be at Hollywood Studios. I don't know why they won't move it to the front. I like it. It should. We should have kept it. I don't get it. You can see here there's a broom. There's a guy standing there. There's a broom. And your store's her Mickey. Welcoming guests for a half day of fun. Oh, and then we got our first person standing on a planter. We see a lot of that here. People do that stuff a lot. This is the Studios store. Goofy. Yeah, he's got his Hollywood costume. 30s Hollywood. Cool backdrop. All right, so Paris doesn't always have the best weather, so Main Street, when we go to the other park, we'll see the arcades. There are these passageways behind both sides of Main Street, which was apparently cheaper than doing a covered awning like World Bazaar in Tokyo. For this park, they decided, hey, let's put the main avenue in a building. And that's Studio One, which is a sign right there for Studio One. As you can see, it's like Hollywood Boulevard, but indoors. You'll even recognize a couple of facades here. The gossip column is the Crossroads Building, which welcomes you to Disney's Hollywood Studios. There's no Mickey on top of this one. Then we've got Last Chance Gas, which is Oscars, also towards the front of Hollywood Studios. Then you got some unrecognizable things like this Tiki Bar. The Wiki Tiki is sadly not actually a tiki bar. It's a facade for the counter service that's in here. But a fun thing is there's some little accents you might recognize from the Tiki Room in Adventureland. Some of these things also ended up in this park. Here we got a good place to get some pastries, the Hepcat Corner. The second level's open. We should go up there. I know we've been waiting all week for the second level to be open when we're in this park. So we're gonna go up here.
I love second level eateries.
Oh, it's the best. Electric Umbrella. It's like one of the few redeeming things about
It's
it.
my favorite thing. There's not a lot of them.
No. What's funny about this place is this is eerily similar to Hollywood and Dine, which opened with California Adventure. There's a lot of similarities between California Adventure and this park as well, because they were developed simultaneously. That one opening in February of 2001, this opening the next year. So there's some shared stuff going on, especially with Hollywood Land. No, so this is a first for us. This reminds me of the Catwalk Bar at Hollywood Studios back when that was a thing. Before it was Club 33. Look at that. I think it's supposed to be the top of a pineapple, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. There's a big flying carpet for some reason. There's someone sitting over here? I guess someone is over here. Kind of want to go out on the street here, but all the tables are full. You see, it's like half Hollywood Boulevard, half backlot. Everything's a facade. Yeah, there's some corny stuff, but then a lot of stuff copied from Hollywood Studios too. Oh, look up there. There's a neon Gotta Dance.
Where?
Up there, above this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that used to be in the Great Movie Ride. Here we go.
So can we go from left to right?
A lot of them are unique to here. Like especially down there on that side, there is the Maxfactor facade, the second one. It's gonna be hard to see from this angle. So you're looking at some white. There's some white neon over there. To the right of that is the Maxfactor Building, which is part of the Keystone Clothier Shop facade.
Oh, that's cool.
At Hollywood Studios. I think it's also at Universal Orlando. They have a couple too. Yeah, they have the Maxfactor Building as well. These other ones are not at Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Vine, 5 and Dime.
No, these are unique. I already pointed out these two. Oh, they are? Do we have a time? Oh, we'll have to see. And I already pointed out Oscars and Crossroads.
Where's the brand new
Yeah, the jewel box is the Pandora store. Alright, well I guess we've seen up here. Number one thing you're gonna see in Paris is burnt out lights, cracked pavement, all that kind of stuff. Obviously they had many years of financial distress and failure here, which is why the Walt Disney Company recently finished up their acquiring of the resort to begin the process of fixing and turning it into a profit center, especially with the big expansion. This park is getting a multi-billion-dollar expansion, which will include Frozen, Star Wars, and Marvel-themed lands. And I won't bore you with the details on here, because you can read about that online at WDWNT.com. That's fun.
Oh, Eiffel Tower.
I want to go down to the Brown Derby side of this store.
We have to go in through the red carpet.
Yeah. Another familiar thing, the Brown Derby, but this isn't the Brown Derby restaurant you'll find at Walt Disney World. Again, it's another facade to this counter service location here. What does that translate to?
Restaurant of the Stars.
Restaurant of the Stars.
Probably.
There's a big menu.
Probably.
Maybe. Most likely. Let's go in here. But you'll see it does have a little bit of Brown Derby. There's the characters. My favorite thing are the Casablanca references, which this neon sign that says we'll always have Paris. And then there's a poster. Not this side, it's the other side. There's movie posters here. Pretty Woman, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Some things you probably never heard of. And there's Casablanca. Yeah, just a counter service, but some fun little things. Not the most well-themed place. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that charm, despite being done on the insanely cheap. I want to show you this facade. I think someone cursed in a foreign language. It's Schwab's Pharmacy, which you probably know. Yeah, right. If you've been to Universal Orlando, they have Schwab's Pharmacy. It's an ice cream shop, which sells Ben & Jerry's, which is the ice cream that they serve here at Disneyland Paris, funny enough. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All of these are legally clearable because they don't exist in real life anymore, so both resorts have them. And famously, both parks ripped each other off pretty significantly before opening, Florida and Universal Studios Florida and the MGM Studios, so no surprise there. Why don't we go in the shop? We should go in this shop.
Okay.
Again, developed at the same time as California Adventure.
What is that?
I think it's an homage to the Pantages in flat form. But you'll see a lot of similarities to the old store that used to be at the front of California Adventure, Greetings from California, which was a lot of neon and flats and big postcards, oversized props and things. I think this store echoes it a lot. Again, just what the company was doing at that particular point in time. People here do like to walk straight for you, and I will let you know that I'm not looking at the phone. I'm not lost in the phone here, I am looking where I'm going and not at the phone that's filming this.
So now we're in the garage.
Yeah, we're in the gas station now, so Herbie's in here, which is kind of cool.
I like how they have the cars in here, you guys are partially in here.
That makes sense. Why would it not be in here, right? One of my favorite things. You can buy an American license plate.
Salt Lake 2002.
I didn't even know what a South Dakota license plate was. I assume that's an old version. Yeah, look at that Utah with the 2002.
It was a good year.
Wow, maybe Kentucky. Oklahoma is okay. Where the wind comes sweeping down the plains, right? There's some theming though. There's a Sunset Gasoline. There's old cars. Stuff like that. Alright, well, tell you what, next time we'll come back and we'll continue our journey at Walt Disney Studios Paris.